Hi everybody, welcome to day one of your Geometry Quarter 2 Unit 2 QPA. What we're going to be working on for the next 4 days is a QPA on congruence and rigid transformations. So what we're going to be looking at are examples of geometric patterns that we can see in real life. And so these three examples are Mondrian patterns, Frank Lloyd Wright stained glass patterns, and quilt patterns. And so what we'll be doing is applying all of the work that we've been practicing around rigid transformations and applying them to Mondrian, Frank Lloyd Wright, and quilt patterns. The standards that we're going to be included in this QPA have to do with understanding transformations on the coordinate plane and identifying transformations that map pre-images to post-images, as well as understanding characteristics performed by these rigid transformations. As we've been working on previously, we're going to be focusing on two social, emotional, and metacognitive skills, our communication, as well as our resilience. Within communication, we're going to be thinking about our mathematical symbols and how we perform these accurately and consistently to represent our sequences of rigid transformations, as well as to perform the sequences of transformations. With resilience, we're going to be thinking about how are you persevering in interpreting these multi-day tasks, as well as checking our reasonableness using different methods. Every day, you're going to have a different set of tasks and then you are going to be doing a reflection on your communication and resilience skills that you employed while you were working on your QPA. Next, turn to the second page. The first part of the QPA is going to be a little bit more procedural in nature. We're going to be practicing identifying rigid transformations on the coordinate plane, as well as practicing those characteristics of rigid transformations and performing an open response question. I will model one for you. So on page 2 in the lower left-hand corner, we're going to describe the transformation that will map quadrilateral LMNO to quadrilateral L prime, M prime, N prime, O prime. In this case, this is a reflection. And this quadrilateral is reflected over the x-axis to create L prime, N prime, N prime, O prime. And the way that we can check this is we can see what is the distance between each point and the line of reflection and or I guess I should say the vertex of the pre-image and the line of reflection, and the coordinates of the post-image and the line of reflection. So in this case, the distance between n and the x-axis is 1 unit. The distance between n prime and the x-axis is 1 unit. The distance between m and the x-axis is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And the distance between the x-axis and m prime is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So I can verify this is another way that I'm showing resilience, is I'm now showing another way of demonstrating that this is a reflection. I could also check the coordinate points, and since it's reflected over the x-axis, I know that my y coordinates are opposites. So for example, our n has a y coordinate of 1 and our n prime has a y coordinate of -1. Our m has a y coordinate of a +5 and our m prime has a y coordinate of -5. So I've now kind of proven in two different ways that LMNO is reflected over the x-axis to create L prime, M prime, N prime, O prime. The second question is asking whether or not the perimeter is preserved when LMNO was reflected over the x-axis to create L prime, M prime, N prime, O prime. And in this case, I know that the perimeters of LMNO and L prime, M prime, N prime, O prime are the same because reflections are a rigid transformation and rigid transformations preserve perimeter. So by yourself, you will be responding to the following prompts and you'll be completing the rest of the problems by describing the transformations and answering the prompt about whether or not these characteristics are preserved by that transformation. Once you are finished with this, you're going to complete the open response on page 3. I have shown you some things that might be helpful in answering this. So for example, part A says to reflect quadrilateral ABCD over the line x equals 1 to create quadrilateral A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Plot and label A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. And so in this, you need to not only plot A, B, C, D, you need to draw the line that is represented by x equals 1, label and plot A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. And I've listed out these coordinates here for you as well so that you can check your work. Part B says to rotate A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime 90 degrees clockwise about the origin to create quadrilateral A double prime, B double prime, C double prime, D double prime. Make sure that you plot and label A double prime, B double prime, C double prime, D double prime, and I'll make sure to change this on the original as well. Next, in part C, you're going to explain whether or not a 180-degree rotation of A double prime, B double prime, C double prime, D double prime about the origin will result in vertices with the same coordinates as A, B, C, D. Finally, you're going to translate A double prime, B double prime, C double prime, D double prime 6 units to the left and 1 unit up to create quadrilateral A triple prime, B triple prime, C triple prime, D triple prime, and plot and label this figure. Make sure that you include your coordinate points below. Once you have finished parts 1A and 1B, go ahead and respond to the following prompt with 2 to 3 sentences. Make sure that you describe examples of how you did or did not demonstrate communication and resilience during today's practice, as well as how you can improve your communication and resilience in the future. In addition to the mathematical content that you will be graded on, you will also be graded on the quality and content of your reflections around your social, emotional, and metacognitive skills. Go forth, have fun, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.